Hey everyone, welcome to Secrets Behind the Stars. All the juicy details are coming up, so make sure you're subscribed and share this video before we dive in. Thank you for being here. Lately, beloved actors Cemre and Gökberk Yildirim have been lighting up the set of their new project with a chemistry that's hard to ignore. Their laughter between takes, the way they lean in during scene rehearsals, the quiet glances when the cameras cut, it's all been feeding the buzz. But what truly set the rumor mill ablaze wasn't a scene or a paparazzi photo. It was a private remark that supposedly slipped from Cemre's lips, a comment to a close circle that somehow found its way past the studio walls and out into the wide world of social media. According to whispers from behind the monitors, Cemre spoke about Gökberk with unmistakable warmth. She's said to have confided something along the lines of, "He's so conscientious and tender-hearted. The way he treats my sister's twins, it's as if he's been in their lives forever. He steps in like a father would, without hesitation. He cherishes them." These words, delicate and loaded, were never meant for public ears, but once they escaped, they spread like wildfire. Fans pounced on the story, tabloids amplified it, and timelines filled with clips, edits, and theories. Those who followed Cemre and Gökberk for years know the two share a history of mutual respect, overlapping projects, and rare but telling moments with Cemre's family. Seeing them around the twins wasn't brand new, but hearing that tone of admiration from Cemre reframed everything. Some voices online rushed to defend the sentiment as perfectly innocent. "Gökberk has always been this way," they wrote. "His gentle side with kids is no secret." Others took the statement as a sign that the relationship between Cemre and Gökberk might not just be professional magic. The wording, the suggestion of paternal tenderness, the weight of the word cherish, pushed speculation into a new territory. Was this simple praise, or a glimpse into a quieter, deeper bond? No official statement has been made to clear the fog. Those close to Cemre insist she frequently lifts up her colleagues, perhaps in ways that can be read as more intimate than intended. Gökberk, as ever, has chosen silence over spectacle, staying focused on work and letting the noise rage outside the set gates. As for Cemre's family, they've kept their distance from the press, offering no comment, as if refusing to turn a family moment into a headline. Industry sources point out that misunderstandings have hovered around this trio of elements. The friendship, the set, the children, for years. Add the momentum of a new project, an aggressive promotion schedule, and a few shared posts, and it was only a matter of time before the story ignited again. What complicates the picture is how good Cemre and Gökberk look together when the director calls action. The latest clips show them in perfect sync, their on-screen couplehood deepening episode by episode, which only boosts the curiosity about what might be happening once the camera stops recording. Fans now wait for one of them to speak plainly, to put the whispers to rest or let them fly. For now, though, what began as a backstage murmur sits at the center of the entertainment conversation, turning every new image into a clue. As filming continues, the same rumor keeps punching through the usual industry noise. It started as a quiet ripple and became a tide. A line attributed to Cemre, shared during an off-guard moment with trusted friends, now loops across feeds with the persistence of a chorus. She was said to have praised not just Gökberk's talent or his work ethic, but his heart, specifically when it comes to her family. "He's incredibly kind," the paraphrased quote goes. "The bond he has with my sister's kids is unbelievable. He watches over them in a way that feels fatherly." The notion struck a chord so quickly that within hours it was one of the most discussed topics in the fandom, with edits set to music, slow-motion captures of smiles on set, and collages of old festival photos climbing the trending pages. There's still no official word to endorse or deny the quote, which hasn't stopped the guessing. The growing narrative is that their professional chemistry is bleeding into real life, or maybe it has been that way all along and only now is it becoming visible. The pair's long friendship has always been an open secret, shared stages, red carpets, interviews where one finishes the other's sentence. Add to that a handful of sightings with the twins, warm photos where Gökberk's crouched to tie a little shoe or letting small hands tug at his sleeve, and fans were inevitably going to talk. Seeing Cemre's name attached to the most flattering description of him yet elevated the chatter from curiosity to urgency. From the set, A few who claim to know say Gökberk is unfailingly calm when children are around, attentive without being showy, patient in the small moments that matter, finding a lost ribbon, wiping away tears after a stumble, listening to a long, winding story like it's the most important thing in the world. It's the kind of behavior that makes crew members affectionately refer to him as the kids' soul brother, a protector with a smile. Meanwhile, Cemre's relatives haven't fed the beast. They remain quiet, allowing the work to speak while the speculation rages. People close to both actors insist their bond spans years and seasons, that any talk of drama exaggerates what is, at its core, a sturdy companionship. Still, on social media, the split is stark. Some viewers insist this is friendship wrapped in warmth. Others claim the language in that leaked line points to something that can't be explained away as just colleagues being kind. Cemre's own silence, after the supposed leak, only magnifies the intrigue. She's known for keeping focus on the craft, avoiding confessional posts or impulsive replies. Even so, this particular rumor reads like a compliment too sharp to ignore. Out of context, it sounds like a portrait of the person she trusts most when the lights dim and family steps into the frame. Out of context, it sounds like affection that refuses to stay purely professional. The timing doesn't help. With promotional interviews already scheduled and teaser clips beginning to drop, some are accusing the whole thing of being orchestrated, a publicity tease dressed up as a leaked confession. Fans who've watched them for years push back, saying the tenderness in Cemre's alleged words feels too real to be a campaign gimmick, too natural to be plotted in a press office. In the meantime, the tabloids have had a field day, darting from one angle to another. First it was about a slip on set, then a close friend carrying the quote to a writer, then an insider confirming that the tone of the conversation was emotional. The claim is that during a heartfelt exchange, Cemre painted a picture of Gökberk's character that goes beyond the spotlight, a man who cares for the children in her family as if care were his native language. Another paraphrase bubbles up, too sugary for some ears and yet impossible to ignore. He's so considerate, so genuinely caring. The connection he has with the girls is rare. For years now he's looked after them like they were his own. He steps forward like a real father. These lines might be embellished in the retelling. They might be warped by repetition. But their impact is unmistakable. They have forced the industry to revisit the question of what Cemre and Gökberk are to each other. Their story already had admirers. Collaborations through the years carved out a loyal audience delighted by their shared rhythm and the ease of their banter. On camera, they play love as if it were a language they both grew up speaking. Off camera, they exchange glances that feel like private jokes, and fans have noticed. Old snapshots resurface, Cemre holding the twins' hands as they cross a parking lot, Gökberk kneeling to greet them at eye level, a festival photo where a child's head rests on his shoulder while Cemre beams beside them. These are moments that say more through silence than a dozen interviews. And yet, what poured gasoline on the fire this time is the idea that Cemre herself praised him in a way that slipped beyond colleague speak. Her team keeps its lips sealed. Co-stars past and present, when asked, say that Cemre has a habit of praising the people around her and sometimes overplays her admiration in an offhand, loving way. It's part of who she is, generous with her words, especially toward those who earn her trust. Gökberk hasn't broken his cool either. Those who've known him since the early days describe the same traits over and over: steady, warm, reliable. A quiet man who becomes the loudest defender when someone small needs backup. He has never chased headlines, and yet, here he is at the center of one, not for a scandal, but for kindness. As the story circles the web again and again, every reader seems to find a different truth. Some insist this is a snapshot of two people whose friendship is simply rich, layered, and protected from outside labels. Others see Cemre's alleged words as a curtain briefly opened onto a home life they've built in the background, a place where a nickname becomes a promise and a casual weekend becomes a memory the twins will carry for years. Whichever version feels closer to reality, the result is the same: anticipation. Every walk from trailer to soundstage, every coffee run, every shared laugh in the corner of a photo turns into a breadcrumb. Meanwhile, the show they're filming benefits from the heat. Trailers are watched more than once. Comment sections fill with heart-stopping predictions about scenes yet to air. Fans count down to premiere night not just for the story, but for the possibility that, during the press tour, one of them will catch a question the right way and answer with something that changes everything. For now, though, the so-called leak is still only a rumor, a tender sentence passed from ear to ear that refuses to fade. And once again, Cemre Arda and Gökberk Yildirim are the names on everyone's lips. If you've stayed with us to the end, thank you for watching Secrets Behind the Stars. If you enjoyed the story and want more inside whispers and set-side insights, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with a friend. We'll be watching closely, and the moment someone speaks, you'll hear it here first. Until then, take care and see you in the next one.